Angel Reese is to be completely believed that there's no hate. They both get along. They're cool with each other. They're high-end competitors, etc., etc. And you also are old enough to know that in this society, whether they want to admit it or not, I don't like seeing somebody black coming at somebody white who is a beloved star of theirs. But you've known they were coming for you when you were waving your hands in your face to mock Caitlin Clark when you were beating up for the national championship.
Angel Reese just dropped a bombshell about her former coach, Teresa Weatherspoon, revealing that Weatherspoon was the only person who truly believed in her. But this situation goes far beyond a coach simply being fired. We're talking about alleged doping issues, locker room drama, and even a rivalry involving Caitlin Clark. To understand the fallout, let's rewind and look at Angel Reese's rise in the WNBA. The rookie made an immediate impact, averaging around 13.6 points and 13.1 rebounds per game, which is an incredible stat line for a newcomer. She came into the league fearless, dominating on the court and forcing everyone to pay attention. Throughout it all, Coach Weatherspoon was Angel's biggest supporter. She stood by her when others doubted her, providing stability and belief at a crucial moment in Angel's career. Having someone like that in your corner when you're trying to prove yourself makes all the difference. But this was only the beginning of Angel Reese's turbulent journey. The drama was just warming up. What seemed like the firing of a coach soon turned out to be minor compared to what was coming next. Just when fans thought they had seen the biggest controversy, an even bigger revelation was about to surface, one that would completely change how people viewed Angel Reese and her story.
Hey, what is Angel Reese doing on the 50 most influential people in sports figures? Are you kidding me? A woman that rebounds and shows up half naked to games?
If you're going to put a black female from that league on that real estate, shouldn't it be Asia, not Angel Reese? Couple of things. I will say that about that cover with Miss Reese. It's an upgrade from some of the recent swimsuit edition cover models. I will.
What happened next shocked everyone. Angel Reese, the rookie phenom who had been taking the WNBA by storm, suddenly found herself at the center of a major controversy. The same player putting up consistent double-doubles and dominating headlines was now facing allegations of using performance-enhancing drugs. Let's break it down. The accusations involved EPO and anabolic steroids. EPO is known for increasing red blood cell production, essentially giving the body an endurance boost, something strictly banned in professional sports. Anabolic steroids, on the other hand, are linked to rapid muscle growth and are another clear violation of league rules. One moment, Reese was on top of the world. The next, her entire career seemed to be hanging by a thread. After a reported positive drug test, the Chicago Sky suspended her, sending shockwaves through the organization. The fallout was immediate. Locker room trust disappeared, team chemistry unraveled, and morale hit rock bottom. It felt like a bomb had gone off in the middle of the season. But that's where the story gets even more complicated. Enter Caitlin Clark, the record-breaking rising star who is dominating headlines across the league. Some critics began to speculate that the pressure of competing with Clark may have played a role in Reese's situation. Every time Clark shattered another record, Reese's performances seemed to come under harsher scrutiny, adding even more pressure on the rookie. And in professional sports, the pull of attention is powerful. When you're used to the spotlight, watching someone else take center stage can mess with your mindset. The question many started asking was simple but uncomfortable. Did Angel Reese feel she needed an edge just to keep up?
First rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010. And last night, it was no exception. They were sky high for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but to start the season, they had a little bit of a rough go of it. They lost their first 5 games. They ended up 1-8 through their first 9 games. And during that first month, the playoffs, they didn't feel realistic at all. Indy entered the Olympic break 11-15 on the year, and then they really turned it around. They've won 7 of their 8 since. They clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016. Which, by the way, was the last year of Hall of Famer and franchise icon Tamika Catchings.
We can only speculate, but one thing was certain. Once that positive test result came back, everything changed. Angel Reese, who had been the WNBA's golden rookie and a fan favorite, suddenly saw her image completely flip. Almost overnight, she went from the league's rising star to its most controversial figure. It felt like a movie plot where the hero becomes the villain, except this was real life, and the stakes were enormous. Reese's entire world was turned upside down. The team she believed supported her began distancing itself at lightning speed, and her highly publicized rivalry with Caitlin Clark no longer felt competitive. Clark was thriving at the top of the league, while Reese was fighting just to save her career. But the Chicago Sky weren't finished dropping bombshells. Imagine losing your biggest supporter at the exact moment you need them most. That's exactly what happened next, and it changed everything. The Sky's 2023 season was a disaster, plain and simple. They finished with a disappointing 13-27 record, leaving fans and executives searching for answers. This wasn't just bad luck. The franchise was clearly in trouble. And when teams collapse like that, someone usually pays the price. Enter Teresa Weatherspoon, the coach who believed in Angel Reese when few others did. She was brought in to stabilize a broken organization and lead a turnaround. But shockingly, the Sky barely gave her time to settle in. After just one season, she was fired. 1 year to fix a struggling roster, and then she was gone. The backlash was immediate. Sky management faced heavy criticism for the decision, with many arguing that Weatherspoon had been set up to fail. Sports analyst Claire Watkins openly questioned the move, saying the firing was unjustified given the circumstances. The team had lost key players like Kalia Copper, dealt with ongoing injuries, and was navigating the chaos surrounding Angel Reese's situation. Expecting immediate success under those conditions, critics argued, was unrealistic. It was like asking someone to bake a perfect cake without any ingredients, then blaming them when it didn't turn out right.
Influential sports figures. Listen to this, who's on this list. Simone Biles, Don Staley, Candace Parker, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Juju Watkins.
There's one player that is the common denominator. It's the one that you've jumped off the bandwagon, and I have to be the Asian driver steering it back on course. All of this has to do with Caitlin Clark.
Did you just listen to that? They're all virtually from the WNBA. A league that didn't matter 3 months ago now has 8 of the most influential.
But the Chicago Sky weren't done stirring controversy. In a move that stunned fans and analysts alike, the organization chose to distance itself from the Angel Reese scandal entirely. That meant not only firing Teresa Weatherspoon, but also suspending Reese herself. It felt as if the franchise was trying to wipe the entire season from existence. Naturally, it raised a big question. Did the Sky make the right decision? On one hand, the team appeared focused on hitting the reset button and rebuilding its culture from the ground up. On the other, they had just cut ties with their head coach and sidelined one of the most promising young players in the league. That's a massive loss of talent and leadership in one sweeping move. And for Angel Reese, the timing couldn't have been worse. Weatherspoon had been her biggest advocate, the one person who consistently believed in her. Now that support system was gone. When Reese needed stability the most, she lost the one figure who had her back. It was as if the Sky saw her struggling and, instead of offering help, made the situation even heavier. Reese was suddenly facing doping allegations, a suspension, and the departure of her strongest ally, all at once. A perfect storm of career-threatening setbacks. Few athletes ever experience pressure like that, especially so early in their professional journey. But sports history is full of redemption stories. Players have fallen harder and still found a way to rise again. The real question now is whether Angel Reese can do the same. The road ahead won't be easy. She'll need to clear her name, rebuild trust, and prove that she's still the elite talent people once celebrated. One thing is certain, her story is far from over.
Having Angel Reese on the cover is like basically saying, again, that's the Caitlin Clark effect. All of those names you mentioned a year ago, I believe most of the general populace would not know who they are. They know who they are a little bit.
This expansion, they're drunk on Caitlin Clark. Kunta Kinte has them drunk and thinking, hey, we can now expand And I think the rosters are 12. Caitlin Clark is the slave that's building the WNBA, and all these black women are climbing all over top of her and piggybacking her to relevance and money. She's Kunta Kinte.
Angel Reese is facing the toughest test of her career, but her story isn't over. Despite doping allegations, a suspension, and losing her biggest supporter, a path to redemption still exists. To get there, she'll need to take full responsibility, show real growth, and prove her character both on and off the court. Comebacks are possible in sports, but they require accountability, resilience, and change. So the real question is, what would you do if you were in Angel Reese's shoes right now?